Well, joining me now to talk about Neanderthal thinking. Those states, those red states that want to give the green light to their economies, to their freedom, allow people to open back up. You know, remember we just talked about this with the new CDC guidelines. It was 15 days to slow the spread. That was 12 months ago. It's about time to open our communities, our economies, our schools, our churches. It's time to open back up. One of the governors doing that, Governor Asa Hutchinson of Arkansas. Governor, welcome to the program.
Well, thanks, Tony. It is great to be with you today and to hear the sound of freedom and a good balance as we continue to fight this pandemic.
It is. It's a balance, personal responsibility, but not government control of every aspect of our lives.
Well, no doubt about it. And in Arkansas, we had enormous pressure, just like everywhere else, to shelter in place back last April. I was one of the few states that we did not shut down the economy. We kept it going. We obviously put public health requirements in place. And because of that, our economy is good today. We've got a surplus in our budget. And we have just lifted all the restrictions on our businesses, which was very important because they know what to do. We're a different position than we were last March when everybody was struggling to know exactly how to handle it. Right. So we took a very cautious approach. Everybody's been educated. People can make the right decisions and make choices, but we need to have more flexibility to give people the opportunity to make a living and have a job.
It's an extremely good point. We know a whole lot more than we knew 12 months ago. We've got the experience. We've seen the effects of this. We now have the vaccine rolling out, the shot rolling out. But unfortunately, it looks like the federal government's still locked in this one-size-fits-all. And I think that was what was behind President Biden's comments that those states that are opening up, it's Neanderthal thinking.
Well, that's right. And this is not caveman thinking. It is freedom-loving people that understand that there's only so long you can keep the American spirit down. And people know what to do now. They don't need to be told. It is a matter of common sense and courteousness that as how you conduct yourself. Right. And it's not a matter of government mandates. And people have a choice. If you go into a restaurant, you don't feel comfortable because they're not following guidelines, you can choose to go somewhere else.
Right.
If somebody's not wearing a mask, you can make sure you keep your distance and you can wear a mask. People can make good decisions now because they know what to do.
Yeah, I could not agree more. I mean, if you've got underlying health issues, maybe you need to limit where you go. In fact, I don't go out just because I don't want the hassle. Especially in D.C., where we got people out running, wearing masks. I mean, it's crazy, what the government mandates. So I applaud you, Governor Hutchinson, for taking that stand. And I think, this shows the difference between red and blue states. Red states have common sense. Blue states look for the federal government to bail them out because they've shut down their economies, which is what we see in this latest relief bill. I want to transition for just a minute because just a little over an hour ago, I believe it was, earlier this afternoon, you signed into law a piece of legislation that will put Arkansas really at the forefront of the pro-life movement, a near total ban on abortion. Senator Jason Rappert and Representative Mary Bentley leading the way on that. Tell us about that.
Well, it is intentionally designed to reverse Roe versus Wade. It is a law that prohibits abortion except in the case of the life of the mother in a medical emergency. It is a frontal assault on Roe versus Wade. I had some concerns because it did not have the exceptions for rape and incest in there, which has been my historical position. But I signed it into law today, recognizing that we're probably not going to have in any time soon a more conservative Supreme Court. And if there is a chance to get this case to the Supreme Court for them to consider reversing Roe versus Wade, then I wanted to make sure that I gave it the boost that it needed by signing it into law today.
Well, I think there are a number of measures in the pipeline that could very well do that, because you're right. We have a court that I think will take this up, and we could see the end of the era of Roe v. Wade with the issue going back to the states. And we have a majority of the states that, like Arkansas, understand and respect the sanctity of human life.
That's right. And we have become a very, I think it's probably one of the most pro-life states. We've passed a series of legislation that is serving to reduce abortion. We're actually one of the states in which Planned Parenthood has been defunded, so they cannot receive Medicaid reimbursements. So it's a very pro-life state, and this reflects it. I think Alabama's passed a similar law, and if both of those work its way up, then you'll have two circuits that will have looked at a potential reversal of Roe versus Wade, and that will strengthen the argument that the Supreme Court should consider it.
Well, Governor, I appreciate you joining us today with this good news, breaking news out of Arkansas, and also for moving forward and giving the green light to your state and allowing people to make decisions for themselves as it pertains to how they're going to protect themselves against the coronavirus. So thanks so much for joining us today.
Great to be with you. Thanks for all you all do. Thank you.